It's funny how people realize your value only when they lose access to you. They no longer feel the same way, they feel the vacuum your disappearance has caused in their life. When you were emotionally available, they were inconsistent. When you were faithful, they were disloyal to you and took your honesty for granted. When you needed closure over certain things, they felt you were overreacting. And now that you finally discovered yourself and decided to move on, they watch you walk away, pretending all was well, pretending they never needed you and they could do without you. Weeks turns into months, and now they've suddenly realized that you were the best thing that ever happened to them. You took your time to heal. You were heartbroken. You had nights of pain, nights of tears on your pillow, night of consistently waiting for that phone to ring, consistently waiting for that doorbell to ring, just to see if they had realized their mistake and they had, woken up to the fact that you meant well for them. Sometimes they return apologizing, not because they are truly sorry for what they did, but because they've seen that you've moved on. You are glowing. Things are beginning to settle for you. You've decided to choose peace over drama. You've decided to choose emotional stability over constant pain and heartbreak. You've decided to choose yourself over trying to prove your love over and over again. And when they realize that you have moved on, it dawned on them that they lost something valuable, not because they thought about it for a while, but because statistics begins to show that you were actually not the problem. The things they actually felt you were nagging about is just the norms in the society. The things they felt they couldn't adjust are things they are willing to cope with or willing to deal with. The people they actually left you for is not even giving them that peace of mind. The person they left you for is nothing to be compared to you. They don't feel that peace, they don't feel that comfort, they don't feel that respect you always give them. And now it dawned on them that nothing could take your place in their life. They begin to make their steps, that they are taking that step to come to you just to see if you are still available. But what did they meet? They met an emotionally unavailable person, a person that have outgrown pains and trauma, a person that has completely healed and have decided to prioritize their happiness over insecurities and over inconsistency. A person that has healed and is glowing. Your glow is actually making them realize that you were never the problem. They felt because they were in your life, you needed just all you needed was their companionship to be able to be yourself. And now that they are no longer in your life, they are wondering how you are coping. They are wondering how lines are falling in your favor. They are wondering how you are beginning to be the version they used to know. It dawned on them that rather than energized you, they drained you. Rather than supported you, they chased you away. Rather than being loyal to you, their dishonesty actually caused you emotional trauma. They now see that the constant attention you sought from them was not because you were being over dramatic, but just because you wanted a reasonable partner, but because you wanted something that could grow, was because you had emphasized your future with them, because you wanted to help them grow as much as you were growing. But pride and ego did not make them see. They felt you had no other option. They felt they were doing you a favor. And by so doing, they lost a good person. You took your time, and now things are beginning to fall in place for you. You've decided that your priority is yourself first. You're not emotionally available to things and people that would cost you your happiness. You're not longer keeping the door open for inconsistency. The door is no longer open for uncertainty. The door is no longer open for immaturity. Neither is the door open for people that would not appreciate what you bring to the table. And it has dawned on them that they must have lost you for good. Now they've set in motion to come back to you, but they are very uncertain about who they are coming to meet, because you are not the version they used to know. The version of you now would protect your peace at all costs. You will protect your sanity at all costs. You're not ready to trade your love for something lesser than what you're given. You're not ready to compromise on how you feel. You're not ready to compromise on anything that would not give you that required serenity, that required peace of mind. You're not ready to trade your comfort, your heart, for something that would not give you what would bring joy and happiness to your life, because you discover that you were never the problem. You've outgrown those moments of weakness, those moments where you always be the first to text, the first to apologize, even when you were not wrong, the first to seek for closure, even when you know you were deeply wronged, the first to always want to make peace just because you felt things could work. Peradventure, they might meet you and still have you, but it should come with a price. This time around, sincerity are the key things you are looking out for. Openness are the key things you are looking out for. You're not ready to trade yourself or your love for someone who is half in. They have to be fully committed and fully in. It is either they are in or they are out. You're not creating a space for people to gamble with your feelings. The time, the moment, and the moment, and the whole avenue you had to build the love in the time past are no longer things you are holding on to, because better things are ahead of you. Now they want you, but it should come at a cost. If they are not ready for sincere talks, if they are not ready to accept the things they did wrong, if they come to you with some sort of egoistic attitude, then you should know that it was just the vague moment and the vacuum you created that they are feeling, seeking to feel, and they are not truly sorry for what they did to you. But if they are accountable for their actions, then, only then, and consistency, if you are still open to loving them, only then will they have a choice. But you're not settling for anything else, because that version of you they knew and threw away is long gone. The version of you right now has a lot to protect: your dignity, your self-esteem, your peace of mind. You are no longer open to manipulation. You're no longer open to that narcissist attitude. You're no longer open to being treated like a trash. You deserve better. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cared for. You deserve to be adored. You deserve to experience bliss in that relationship. And this was all you were asking for, that they never took into consideration. So if they had to have you, these are the things that should be on the table, because anything shorter than that, and you're not just going to open your doors to them. It will take series of tests, series of watching, consistency, and instinct. Trust your instinct to do the right thing. If your instinct tells you that this is it, follow your instinct, but be guided. Watch out for things, because sometimes they truly come back repented, but sometimes all they just want is somebody to fill the void you left, because they've tried so many ways and nobody seems to treat them the way you treated them. So don't settle for less. Look out for these signs. And when you find the signs, be careful. Nobody deserves you unless they truly deserve you.